going on, Wanderers? So it's been a while since I made a Diablo 4 playthrough and tell you guys if Diablo 4 was worth getting back into. This might be my final video on that mini series, and I probably should have came out with this a long time ago, but I got this new job and it's a traveling job and I'd kind of been away from home. But yeah, I should have came out with that video a long time ago, and my answer is, yeah, you should have got Diablo 4 Season of Blood. It's not too late. There's about, or you should jump into the game now. There's about a month and a couple days left in the season. If you're playing casually, like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 hours a day, maybe you skip a day or 2 and then play for another 4 hours or something like that, I think you should be able to complete the whole non-accelerated battle pass in a month. You know, just a couple of days to spare before it's over, and that should net you around level 70 to 75 by the time you're done doing it, if you're just running like a bunch of blood harvests. You know, I think so anyway. Little update on my build. So I did want to do my own full blood build, but I did not end up breaking down in that because my damage was so good on my own build, and I started following an Icy Veins build for Bloodmancer with Blood Surge. I know, not the coolest thing to do, but Necromancer is a new class to me. It's something I didn't really jump into before. I've been a rogue player. I know how to freaking build a good rogue with my own build and do really well with that. But Necromancer was kind of different. It didn't play the same at all like a rogue. However, I will say Blood Surge does kind of act like in a cold and shadow imbuement flurry style rogue. They do kind of play similarly, where you're just going in and nuking a room. So that was kind of cool. It did feel like I was still on my rogue in somewhat of a way, you know, somewhat similar. But here's my character. I'll go ahead and click on these stats here to show you guys. Now I'm sitting at a crap ton of intelligence. I would like to work on my willpower and bring that up. I do think that's a little low. It's not the end of the world though. My resistances are all at 70. I think I have way too much, to be honest with you. I could probably take these diamonds out of my jewelry and probably put something a little bit more beneficial in there. I don't know. I have to do the numbers on this and see, like, if I take out literally 5, 10, 15% plus to my resistances, if that's going to reduce any of these 70s right here, because I know I'm like way over the cap. And I just haven't bothered to really look over here. Like, for example, cold resistance. You currently have 176% cold resistance, but you're losing 50% of that from penalties. And I'm like, it says negative 56% away from your maximum cold resist. So yeah, taking 15% probably is not going to hurt cold, but will it hurt any of these other ones? I don't know. I just have to really sit there and look at it, and I probably will here today at some point. My attack speed bonus is awesome. Critical strike chance is pretty solid. Critical strike damage, not too worried about it, but 50%, that's decent, whatever. But the big thing that's really cool here is my overpower damage. 2300%, almost 2400%. Yeah, my freaking Bloodmancer is like nuking when the stars align, you know, when everything matches up. I will easily see over 1 million damage, easily over 1 million damage hits on overpower criticals. I'm typically seeing anywhere from 400 to 700 or 800,000 overpower crits, and then just like I said, if the stars align, it'll easily be over 1 million. I've seen up to almost 2 million. I know that may not sound too cool, as you have some classes that are literally doing that, even up to 30 million and 50 million, but at least Blood Surge is like hitting a lot of people for that kind of damage. It's, you know, not just hitting one person like that. So if there's like 50 enemies on screen and I happen to hit for that 1.2 or 1.6 mil, it's hitting all those 50 enemies for 1.2 or 1.6 mil. So it's pretty nice. Now, I don't know if I can get that higher. I would like to get it higher. I would like it to at least overpower all the time for like at least 600k base overpower, because right now it's around 200 to 300,000 on like just a regular overpower, not a critical overpower, and it's okay, you know, but it's not enough, and I really rely on those overpower criticals to come in and really just like wipe up the rooms of the elites. So if it doesn't happen, then I'm just sitting there basic attacking until I get enough essence to do another wave, or yeah, another wave of blood surges. So it's a lot. It's a lot of like everything has to be right. Let's skip over my defenses, defensive right here. Sorry, jeez, I thought this was utility for a second. Yeah, my defensive is okay. 17k life. I know it's way better than my rogues. Is it better than some other characters? No idea. I have 7k armor. I feel like that's a little low, especially with somebody rocking a shield. You know, like I feel like it's a little low. It could be better, but it is what it is. I do have 2 pairs of sacreds. Now I know this says ancestral, but it is a sacred. Look at the item power. It's 505. We're not fooling anybody here. All I did was put an ancestral aspect on it. So it's like a bootleg ancestral. And the reason why I'm still rocking a 505 item power is because I have not found anything that had decent enough rolls to replace these gloves. I did, but it's only 2 out of the 4 things I need. It would have been cool if it was 3 and I could have just rolled on the 4th modifier. But that's the only reason why I haven't replaced these gloves. It's 4 of the things that I need. And it's really hard to even get 2 of the things you need. And this one had 3, and I re-rolled the 4th one until I got, you know, my 3+ ranks of Blood Surge. So if I did find the ancestral version of like 900+ item power on this, I could have a whole extra rank of Blood Surge on there, so I could be, you know, 4+ ranks of Blood Surge instead of +3. But that's the reason why I'm still rocking these 2 pairs, and that's probably why my armor's a little low too. So as soon as I replace these 2, and then, yeah, here's my last one. It's a Sacred Unique Ring. Same reason I'm still rocking this one is because of the corpse tendrils every 10 seconds. Every other ring I keep finding of this is either 16, 12, you know, just like that. It's way higher than this one. If I could find this ring as an ancestral with like 10 or 9 or 8 seconds for that auto cast of corpse tendrils, oh man. Yeah, I'll replace this in a heartbeat. Another thing that's not a sacred, but it's an ancestral that I do need to replace is my lidless wall. Now, good item power is decent. It's not the best. I think I got this one early on. Yeah, I can't remember when, but it was like in the 80s I got this. But the problem is it's the Bone Storm chance to spawn an additional Bone Storm at the enemy's location. It's 5%. It could have been 25%. Now, I do have sacrifices, you know. Everything is sacrifice, so that's adding 25%, 50%, 75%. I think this is how it works, plus the 5% there, which makes it 80% chance to spawn these Bone Storms. Now, that's not a bad chance at all, but I'd like it to make it at 100% chance all the time. So if I could just get at least a 20% chance roll on this lidless wall, or 25% chance, yeah, that'd be a nice increase right there as well. Now, what really makes this build shine is the Banished Lord's Talisman that I just got recently from Duriel. Now, I've been looking for this thing for a very long time. My rogue friend was even making fun of me because he got it 2 or 3 times on our Nightmare Dungeon runs together. And you can't trade these, so I was just crying every time. But yeah, this right here was what I was waiting for to really complement my build. Every time I spend 300 essence, I pretty much get a guaranteed overpower. And also, I don't know if this is combined or if this is a separate thing or a bit of both, but your critical strikes at overpower deal 100% increased damage. That could have been worse. It could have been 80% on the low roll of that. It would have been cool if it was 120% increased damage with that, but at least it's in the middle at 100%, right? So it's a pretty solid number. And this has, I think this is what's caused me to start overpower critting over 1 million. Because before, I could only do like 500 or 600k. What the hell was that just ran by me? It looked like a little kid. Anyway. So I think this is what caused me to really like start getting into the 1 mils and up on my overpower crits. I don't know if it's solely due to this, but damn, it sure as hell did feel like it, because as soon as I put this on, and what else? I think here, the Blood Man Breaches. Or, did I say the Blood Man? The Blood Moon Breaches. I put these two on at the same time, got them both from Uber Duriel. Uber Duriel? Let's just say, yeah, Uber Duriel. And he didn't feel that Uber, that's why I was like, Uber Duriel. It's nowhere near the same as Uber Lilith. But yeah. Blood Moon Breaches and Banished Lord's Talisman. Got these both from Uber Duriel, and they just really caused my build to like start popping off. As you can see, when I go down here and I drop where's my curse at? I'm so blind. Decrepify. So I curse a bunch of enemies up. Thanks to my boots, when you hit a crowd control enemy, there's up to 32% chance for that crowd control effect to spread to another unaffected enemy. That really has nothing to do with these breaches. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. I was about to start explaining one of my glyphs better, but these pants, you know, they're going to give me another 70% increased overpower damage. Now it's multiplicative. I hate that word. But you see the X down there. So I don't know if this is a flat 70%. Is it? I don't know how these numbers work. I'll even go over here, back to my Banished Lord's Talisman. It says your critical strikes at overpower deal 100% X increased damage. Multiplicative? Oh my god, I hate that word. It's a multiplier. Let's just say that. Is it a flat 100%? Or is it like 100% times whatever I'm hitting? Because if that's the case, that would explain why some of my 600k overpowers turn into 1.2 million damage numbers when it overpower crits. I'm not really sure. But I do know that Banished Lord's Talismans and Blood Moon Breaches really tied in this build together. Now, the build on Icy Veins that I'm following does not recommend Lilith's Wall. That's where I threw in a little of my own taste into it, having fun with that. I do feel like the build on Icy Veins is not that perfect. This build was meant to be clearing like tier 100 nightmare dungeons and to also do Uber Lilith. But there's like a lot of things I feel like it's missing. So if I go back over here to my Paragon board, like I'm just throwing in a little extra things that I think maybe this build needed. Like over here, I noticed I needed some more Fortify generation because it's just so horrible. When people say Fortify, it's just a dumb stat. And Fortify generation even more so, because since it's a substat of Fortify. I don't think so. Because the more you're fortified, the more that you have maximum Fortify over here around your health bubble in the bottom left over here. That's what's going to cause you to like overpower like crazy. And hit for the like these high overpowered numbers. See if I can find this real quick. Yeah, so overpower damage bonus. Extra damage grants to skills whenever they overpower. Further increased at the moment of impact based on your maximum life and fortify amount. Includes the inherent increased damage dealt by overpowers based on your current life. Up to 50%. And there's the X. It's also before the 50, so whatever. When at maximum life. You have 1,035.5% of this stat from willpower items in Paragon. Okay. So the more Fortify I have, the more reliably I know that I can deal out massive amounts of overpower or overpower critical damage to enemies. To clear these rooms, to get me safely along to the end of the dungeon, to clear the boss and get the hell out of there. So that's my thought on that, you know. Anyway, this has pretty much been my thing. I think I left out Book of the Dead. I'm pretty sure I did. I only talked about it for the Lidless Wall, but Skeletal Defenders, you know, for the increased resistances by 20%. That's what I'm rocking there. Skeletal Mages for the overpower damage by 25%. And then a Sacrifice a Golem for Bone, which is 10% increased attack speed. You can do Blood if you want to have that extra 10% life, which gives me around another 1,500 HP points. So, yeah, there's my life. Sorry, 17,300. So I'd be sitting around like 18,000 and like 600, somewhere around there, 18,500 life, or no, something like that. Yeah, 18,800. Sorry, I'm smoking crack today. Apparently, I just woke up. Leave me alone. 18,800 life, somewhere around there, give or take. And it didn't seem like that big of a boost. Whereas having the 10% increased attack speed seemed way more important to me, and I can like come over here to the training room to show that off. I don't play on mouse and keyboard often, so I forgot how to get on my mount. Here we go. Go in, go in, go in, go in. Oh my god. See, this is why I don't play on mouse and keyboard. Let me get my controller back. Alright. So here's one training dummy. Let me go ahead and pull up multiple. Okay, we got our multiples here. Should I make them elites? For the purpose of this, we'll just leave it alone. So I'll throw up one, I have autocast on, by the way, so I'll continuously attack until I stop. I only have to press the button once. And it'll just attack and attack and attack, and then I have to press A again and make him stop. So anyway, I'm gonna curse him one more time just to get the decrepify damage bonus going on there from enemies being cursed. So none of my overpower things were proccing there. There they go. I'm not seeing any crazy numbers. Let's pick up some of these blood orbs, get that damage. I saw an 833k overpower crit there. It's hard to see these numbers. I wish there was a way. And this is what I mean by this. These numbers, they all pop up in the same area, and if they're crits, they're gonna be out, you know, like standing out like crazy. But that's the thing, even 11k crit is gonna stand out as much as a 800,000 crit. Why can't they make it to where a certain subset of crits, so like if you go over here, let me explain this a little bit better. So the accessibility tab, how you can give like your character a highlight glow or whatever like that. I think it's in this one. I'm not sure if it's here. Yeah, player highlight. Player highlight color green. So now my character has like a green glow around it. Why can't I change it so that a certain like critical damage type on the numbers, I can see them better? For example, these little yellow crits are just normal crits. But did you see that? Like the orange and the blue. The orange was the overpower crit. Blue's just a regular overpower. Yellow is like a just a regular attack critical. And white's just your regular damage. But I wish that you could change it so that overpower critical, for my instance, for my character that I care about, I can make the number bigger. I can make it stand on top of the other numbers so that the other numbers would fall behind it. It's just a little thought, you know, like, I doubt Blizzard's ever gonna watch this video, but it would be nice, you know, and maybe other people that are watching this video, maybe you guys agree. Maybe we can push that idea out there and let us have that ability to control the numbers that we're seeing better. Otherwise, it's just really hard trying to look at this. You would have to record everything, go back, and just look over it endlessly and endlessly until you can, like, cipher the numbers out of all this mess. I mean, because look how crazy this is. Yeah, good luck telling me what any of those numbers were. I was hoping I was going to get 1 million there. Maybe I did. I don't know. I can't tell you because I can't see any freaking numbers. Anyway. So the attack speed I got on here is pretty good. I want to explain my last build a little bit better. There's something that was bugging me. Over here in the skill tree. How did I get there? Oops. Okay. So I've been thinking about going over to Bloodlance. By the way, 10 out of 5 on Blood Surge. That's awesome. It could be 11 out of 5 if I freaking find the right gloves. But here, down here in like my blood modifier skills, transfusion, I don't need 3 points here right now. Just really don't. Now, if I was doing blood lance, yeah, 3 points here would be great. Freaking awesome. Because they're dropping blood orbs. Then you have the gore quills aspect that you can put on your item to make your blood lance like form out of blood orbs. Yeah, so you're just going to be doing a lot of damage. So this would be important to have. Now, since I'm only blood surging, it's not really that important, but I was getting ready to make the swap over to blood lance. Because my rogue friend kept picking on me that my damage was so low, even though he dies like 5 times, and I have to revive him every time we do a nightmare dungeon. Yeah, so my damage may be low, but at least I can survive, which allows me to do more damage while he's over there nuking everything and then dies, and I have to pick him up. If I wasn't there, he would definitely fail the dungeons we're doing. And I hope he hears us. Screw you, man. Anyway, it's all fun, but this kind of left me wondering, you know, like, do I need these 3 points here? I guess I really don't. You know, I can go ahead and take them out, but when I do go to Blood Surge, over to Blood Lance, I definitely want to put them back in there. So I'm just going to throw 2 in here instead, increase my Living Essence a little bit. I know that's kind of like a throwaway stat, but maybe, I don't know why I left the training room, but maybe I'm thinking I can get an extra Blood Surge in now. So let's see, let's find that out real quick. And one enemy's fine. Oh no, they're all loaded, okay. So, did it seem like that was 1 extra blood wave? Or a surge? Kind of feels like it. I'll have to look back over in recording. But if it is extra 1 blood surge, it's like, it looks like it made no difference. It does feel like it did add an extra 1, which is good, because that's like 1 more chance to deal like another overpower critical, or overpower at least. I'm just getting more damage out there. Here's where I run into an issue though. So I'll be fighting some enemies in a nightmare dungeon, and I will get no overpowers, no criticals, or at least some criticals, but no overpower criticals, and no overpowers. So I'm just sitting here doing like, see if I can show you a basic number here. Why am I overpowering so much? Let me change these guys to elites. It's crazy. Okay, I'm still getting the same. Oh man, please. Well, it kind of happened there. I don't know if you guys saw that. In the first blood surges there, it was just like 6k, 11k, 12ks, and then it started ramping up to like 90 and up. That's my problem. I'll be in a nightmare dungeon, going against level like 135 and up, just depending on the nightmare tier that I activated. And I'll go through a whole essence orb. So what's on the bottom right down there, I'll go through a whole essence orb and not get 1 single overpower or overpower critical. I'll just get regular criticals, and they'll be like at 12k. So I'll just hit the enemy for like maybe 100,000 total in damage. And that sucks when that happens, because I then have to sit here and do my basic attack until I build back up, which is not that bad because it keeps me fortified, but my damage is just so low. Imagine me doing this all the time. That's the majority of my gameplay is this. Now, I will say this, for a basic attack, my basic attack smacks. I will give it that. Let's let these guys heal up. Not sure how long it takes. There it goes. Grab some blood ores from the damage bonus. We'll come in here. Ah, see, that was a perfect example. Not 1 single overpower or overpower critical. And that will happen, and that screws the living crap out of me. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, dude, just look down at your boons down here. Swap over to mouse real quick. So, you know, like, check out your Rathmas. Vigor, whatever the hell it's called. At 12 stacks, your next blood skill will overpower. Next hemorrhage hits in an area. After spending 300 of your primary resource, your next core skill is guaranteed to overpower. You know, it's like, just look down there and time it so you know. But dude, like, I'm looking up top trying to pay attention, And you know nightmare dungeons are pretty hectic. So this is me constantly. What the hell? Oh, I was helping a friend level up. Okay, yeah. Well, not level up, but clear the world tier 3 difficulty dungeon, whatever the hell, the cathedral light place. And I'm moving around like this, attacking, and then moving over here, and then sometimes I can't even get a hit in before I have to move again, and then I'm moving over here, and then I'm doing this, and oh shit, I have to move, I can't even finish off. I'm just basically doing that the whole time. I don't have time to look at the bottom to figure out what the hell is going on. I don't even know what that was. I didn't even have time to read it. And I'm like standing still, not fighting anything, not in a nightmare dungeon. I couldn't even read what that little skill was down there that was, that disappeared before I had time to finish reading it. So how am I going to do that in combat? Yeah, I just... There was a way for me to grab this at the bottom, these two things right here that I'm highlighting above my skills. There was a way for me to take those two and put it at the bottom of my character's feet, or maybe right over his head, so it popped up when they were ready or about to be ready, like you can in World of Warcraft with add-ons. That would be dope. That would be so dope if I could do that, because then maybe when you say, oh, just time it, dude, stop complaining, just time it, then maybe I could. But me, as I don't know how good of a player you are, but me, I cannot look down there and then pay attention to what's going on up top. You know, I already struggle enough when I'm looking at my life and seeing if I'm fortified or not, and then look back up top and I'm realizing that I just walked into a bad situation, you know, like sitting there looking at the bottom of my screen, I'm just running along like this. For this example, running into a wall, but imagine if I just ran into a pack of explodey boys and didn't even realize it, because I'm like looking down real quick and I look up, you know, like these guys would be like elites that would kill me in one shot if they all hit me at the same time. So like dodge over here, and I'm looking at my health real quick because I'm trying to make sure if I'm good, and what I dodged into was a pack of explodey boys. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't have time to be looking at these skills as well as my health bar and my essence, because I also look at my essence. I do time that, because when I do have a lot of essence like this literally how I play is like this. I'll just watch my essence orb. That, you know, and I might do something like that, where I don't have a full essence orb, and I'll just start casting blood surges prematurely, like right here. That's what happens when I don't pay attention. So, just trying to use the corner of my eye to figure out when my essence orb is full. I don't know, man. I know I'm ranting here, going off on a long tangent, but this is an issue I've had with this game for a long time. Whereas, like in World of Warcraft, you can get some add-ons to kind of like help deal with all the massive amounts of skills, and we only have 6 in this game, plus a lot of passives. It's like, come on now. We can't do a little bit better than just giving us this little rinky-dink freaking bar down there with some numbers on it. I don't know, I think Blizzard can do a better job than that. Anyway, moving on, off my character. Have been enjoying the Midwinter Blight event. Gonna go run over to it now. And I'm here. Surprise, Midwinter event is all here in Fractured Peaks, so technically Kivo Shah is a part of the Midwinter Blight event. While we're here, let's go show you the kiosk. That's what I've been calling it. Here it is. So this is your little go to hell Midwinter Blight event area. It seems this is the go-to area for anything that they add seasonal. As for Season 1, this is where your Malignant bench was when you're making your hearts and your invokers. Not your hearts, but your invokers. So now it's Gillian's Midwinter Square. Season of Blood, by the way, had nothing here. It was just empty space. So. But over here is your table where you can kill these enemies. This is what they drop, is the Blighted Fragments. Or they'll drop lost heirlooms, or if you kill the, what is it, the Red Cloaked Horror, it'll drop the Red Cloak Trophy. Then once you get these, you know, you just trade them in for the midwinter proof currency. And then once you get a bunch of these currencies, you come over here to Gillian, open the event shop, and you'll have these cosmetics that are only going to be in the game for a limited time. The first thing I bought was Shard of Dawn Offensive Aspect. No idea what it is. I hope this rolls over to characters into new seasons so that I can play around with it, because that attack speed seems so badass. You know, I wish I could use this now. I don't know if I can or not. But Gillian's Brew, this is really good. So my class, I wouldn't say is too reliant on lucky hit chance, but it kind of is, and that's why I'm using a wand. By the way, I got super lucky with that 925 item power wand at level 80, so. And it had like perfect stats on it too. I was like, dude, the game just knew. But anyway, Gillian's Brew increases maximum life and lucky hit chance by 15% and experience gain by 15% for 45 minutes. That is freaking awesome, dude. That is so good. And I've been drinking the hell out of these and running nightmare dungeons to help me level. You know, and I could only imagine if I started this game like brand new, I'd go run the Midwinter Blight for a bit if I was a new character, and then buy a bunch of these Gillian's Brews, and then freaking go out there and do a bunch of blood harvests while I had the potion activated. And man, using your Season's Blessings, let's see, Season's Blessings with the Urn of Aggression for that 20% boost to EXP earned from monster kills. You know, you probably wouldn't have it at 20% already, but whatever, you'd work on that, right? With your Smoldering Ashes, as you unlock the battle pass further on. I would definitely use that to just scale my XP up as high as I could and just level up so quickly. So I think there is enough time for anyone that gets Season of Blood right now. I think there is well than more enough time for you to like get to at least level 75 or something to finish the season battle pass, non-accelerated one even. I think it should take you less than a month. And there's exactly a month and a couple days left in the season. I think you could be able to do it. I really did. But yeah, this is pretty much it. And as you, where is it? Oh yeah, the ward. I forgot all about this. So this is pretty much just going to give you a boon to deal more damage against the enemy types in the Midwinter Blight. And more specifically, Blight Fiends and Red Cloaked Horror. That's about it. You see down here on the bottom left, you know, it has the picture of the Blood Horror, or the Red Horror, and it says level 3, and it's maxed out because this square is what you upgrade. So every time you bring Gillian like these items that you need, he uses it to transform the square and to become more decorative. So like all these little skulls over here, the red banners. I can't remember if the red flags were here. I don't even remember if the squiggly lines or swirly lines were down here. The statue was here, but I don't think it was as decorated either. But pretty much that's my point. You come in here and bring it in, you upgrade this, and you get to see the changes done to the square. So that was pretty cool. I wish they did more things like that. They could even give players their own home. I think they could. I think they could do it. So with this same concept here, right? Just hear me out. Hear my crackhead theory out. They could add in player home that you upgrade over time by bringing in things, because they do it here. You upgrade the square, one player could upgrade right now and you would not see any changes done for him, right? Or her. So when I make changes, I may be on tier 1 and another player may be on tier 3, and our little area right here looks different, but every player can come in and access it. You know, give us like our own little space. The only thing you would do is you would just take everybody out. So in the same thing like the training room, you know, I don't really have to run over here and show that to you, but maybe if anyone's having a hard time following me here, because I am kind of crazy. So the training grounds right here, this would be like a perfect place if it said player's home or whatever, and you just go in. Now, I don't know if they want to do that. I don't know if they care to do that. And what would you do in a player home, you know? Nothing. But it would just be cosmetics. things you upgrade over time, things you can be like, hey, come check what I got out of my house, because I was playing this game during this certain time when this one event was going on and it was really hard to beat, and I got the freaking trophy for it and I mounted it over my fireplace, and I got 5 more trophies on the wall over there that are kind of the same deal. And your friend's like, oh crap, man, this is cool. I missed that event. Oh wow, you got the trophy for this thing? That's cool, bro. You know, whatever, man. This is a social game, right? I know when me and my friend are playing, or my other friend, we talk about this stuff like, oh, I got this achievement for that, and they're like, oh shit, you got that? That's pretty cool, man. I'm like, yeah. Or they'll have something cool and I'll be like, oh man, that's nice. Oh, where'd you get that mount? Oh, you found that? That's cool. And here's where I'm about to do a complete 180 and talk some shit about the in-game store. Well, I'm gonna talk some shit about it, man. You get ready for this shit.
Greetings, traveler.
So here's the shop, bro.
Behold the marvelous tales I have to offer. I have been waiting for your return.
Here's the freaking shop, man. I'm gonna ask you one thing. Do you think this horse armor
choice
is cool? No, and I'm not talking about if you're gonna buy it or not. Do you just think it looks cool? The steed of the Lich King, both in life and death. Nuh-uh. Did this come from World of Warcraft? No way. Just that name right there makes me want to buy it. The steed of the Lich King. Alright, I'm buying it. Hold on, let me get my credit card out. No, but let's stop. Let's get real. I think this armor is cool. And you may think, nah, dude, this armor don't look that cool. That's whatever, man. That's fine. It is the Lich King. It is. I'm buying it. Credit card, where are you? You were kidding me. They got me, dude. They got me. They knew that Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne was one of my favorite RTSs, and I played the shit out of that when I was a little kid. They knew it. I don't even want it for the mount armor. I want it for that helmet and that sword, Frostmourne. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm nerding out a little too hard here, but I'm not gonna buy that. No. I might buy this Kid Baphomet before I even get the Lich King's armor. And how old did I call that too? I was like, is this the Lich King's armor from World of Warcraft? Anyway, what about this mount? This is badass. I think so. Especially if you pair it with the Barbarian's demonic looking armor. Yeah, I think it's cool. 1,700 to buy that. Here's another one, 2,500. This armor, you know, take it or leave it. Whatever. It's alright. I don't really give 2 shits about it, but it's okay, you know? Well, let's look at some other things here, and bear with me, I am gonna get to a point here. I think this one's cool.
Sound selection.
It's not as flashy, but what I like about this one is the mount trophies that you put on the side. I think these are really cool. I would love to buy this bundle, just for this alone. And I think you could buy this separate, can't you? Damn, you can't. See, that's what sucks. I don't give a shit about the armor. I just like that, and I like that. I wish I could just buy those 2 things. Here's,
it stirs you, yes?
some armor for a necromancer, I guess, dude. Okay, whatever. So these are only lasting for so long. Now, this horse armor right here, I think, is freaking badass. This horse alone is really freaky looking. It reminds me like a Wendigo or a Skinwalker. I don't even like saying those names because I feel like saying that brings them on. But yeah, it kind of looks like that, like something out of like one of my worst nightmares. Then you put the armor on it and you're like, holy shit, this is beautiful in a very scary way, or a very like messed up way. I love this armor. I might actually buy this. I'm not going to, but if I was to buy anything out of this shop, it'd be this. I just think it looks nice. I'm still getting to a point, guys. Just bear with me. So you see all these armors, like some of them are kind of whatever, like this one, and then this one over here is definitely cool looking. It's kind of whatever. This is cool. You know, like you're a king, king barbarian. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, little That's actually nice. I like that, but I hate druids, so. And funny thing, I love druid in Diablo 2. That's my favorite class. I love to play as werewolf with rabies, and paladin with zeal, because they kind of play similarly. And I was so excited to play Diablo 4 and play as druid as my first class, and it just felt so bad. So I quit with druid and went to rogue as my first class. I did druid in the betas, and I was like, I'm not going to waste my entire first impressions on this game as a class that feels really weak, really dumb to level compared to the other classes, just to get to level 70 or 80 with the druid till it starts getting good, when every other class is like, well, except barbarian, was already good at level 1 all the way up. Why would I handicap myself? Anyway. So a lot of these things here, like I really like this for the necromancer. You know, it's not too much. It's 800. I feel like this should only be like 400. It's a back trophy, for Christ's sakes, Blizzard. It's a back trophy. Like, what are we talking here? 800 freaking platinum for this. So ridiculous. It's cool. Don't get me wrong.
I see.
And what about this thing? It looks like 800. So what if it was 1600, you'd get whatever was missing in here? I'm assuming it would be a tomb. What, do people put their hands in here and then like punctures them and you get the blood from them? What is this? It feels like it should open up, I don't know, or hold like some kind of spiritual tomb in there. But again, 800 for this? Why? Beauty and Sin. This is Season of Cheeks, baby. You know, I wanted to buy this for a long time, and I'm not going to. Look at the platinum you need for it. 2,800 for what, bro? For what? This is meme armor. This should be 400 to 800 platinum, or hell, at least 1,500. You know, if they really want to make their money and be fair, 1,500 platinum, like some of those other shitty bundles. Why is this 1,000? I get it's cute. You got a little wolf in there, but why? I just don't understand. This is actually kind of cool. Probably one of the few cool armors that Sorcerer has. Yes. That doesn't make them look like they're wearing their teenage sister's clothes. This is actually kind of cool. But I think this armor is kind of encroaching on the Necromancer armor. There's just really no difference. That's cool. I really like this. But for 1,800?
It stirs
well, hold on.
you, yes?
Okay. Okay, you get some other stuff too. Alright, so it's not just... Why would you get the cat away? Anyway. Yeah, and this was what I was talking about. Like, what are we, like, bird wizards? What is this? I don't understand. This is cool. This is cool. I like that a lot. And it's 700. Are you kidding me? Who's coming up with these prices? Why is this 800? And this, which really looks badass and has more colors, has more like things going on for it, is 100 less. Someone please help me understand this.
That's a bold choice.
And what about the that is so cool. That is cool. And what about the 800 one from the Necromancer?
It stirs you, yes?
That was so lame. And that looks stupid. Are you kidding me? I don't know. Holy crap, dude.
A powerful calling.
If I was a female player, I'd probably love this. Little lady. This lovely tack is usually gifted to the bride by their mother. Some sets have been handed down for several generations. Huh. Interesting. This really makes me feel like some Wizard of Oz shit, like I'm Dorothy riding up on my freaking horse and my red glittering high heels. What the hell, dude? Cool armor, just like way out of place, you know? For like a Diablo 4 game. Fallen Legionnaire.
It stirs you, yes?
Yeah, no wonder that's 900 because that looks really bad, and I think that's why they priced it at that. Like trying to get people to, you know, probably don't want to spend too much, at least an option. This is kind of cool if I was like some conquistador or some like white hair wig wearing Renaissance type dude, and I'd pull up on this mount. say, I don't know, maybe challenge you to a duel. Take off my white glove and slap you, you know, like dismount from this thing, and then slap you with my white glove and challenge you to a duel type shit. I guess. I don't know. Guess it's the reason why it's 1700, but it feels like it should be the same price as this one. Maybe just 100 more. Oh, I didn't look at the...
You, yes?
That's cooler than the whole mount. Let's be real, you're not buying this mount for this. You're buying it for this thing. Oh, that looks horrible. But you're really buying the mount bundle for that. Why does this look high definition than this? That looks so low def. Same thing with the mount, looks low def. But then this thing is like high def. Those are, you're gonna have to talk to your mount store guys. You screwed up on this one. They gave too much quality for a low priced bundle. Alright. So after all that rambling, we're getting to my point now. Hear me out, guys. My point for showing all this stuff. Remember back in the day, and this... Let me start over one more time. Remember when I was telling you about the player houses and having the achievements and everything in there? And that's why I kind of like the Midwinter Blight, because you can go in there and get cosmetics that aren't always going to be in the game, and it's not something you buy, it's something that you have to do in order to get rewarded from playing the game. Everything in this shop is just that. This is what this all could have been. This armor right here could have been if you killed Uber Lilith a couple of times. You know, she probably dropped like a cosmetic piece at a time. Maybe you got the chest the first go, and then you got the boots the second go, then the gloves the third go, and then you finally got the helmet the fourth go.
Interesting.
And then
choice.
you got the back trophy, you know, another time. The items, the weapons for the barbarian, maybe this came out of Uber Duriel, the back thing, like maybe that came from, I don't know, some nightmare dungeon, tier 100. That's my point. All this stuff in here could have been something we gave a damn about because we had to do some challenges to get it. Frostlord's pretty cool too, I will say that.
Good.
But we could have done something to unlock all this. But instead, they took the coolest part of this game and put it behind a paywall. That's my only issue with the shop. Not that there's a shop. Don't get me wrong on that. Whatever. They got to make their money one way or the other. Whatever. I'm okay. I'm neutral on that. I could take it or leave it. I don't give a damn. The shop's there. It's there. But why are the coolest things they're making only put in here? Oh, so that you pay for it, dummy. Yeah, I get that, but what happened? Am I just a boomer now? What happened to the old days where you'd unlock cool ass armor and stuff like that from doing really hard content? Like, can they slow the fuck down? Like, this thing right here. Instead of putting it in the shop, why didn't they put it for the sorcerers? Like out there in the open world somewhere. Maybe like it has a 1 in 100 chance to drop from the world boss for sorcerers only. You know, something, man. It's just things like that that get to me. This armor is whack. Yeah, whatever. If I was like 15, I'd probably like this armor. Sure. It reminds me of the Blasted Lands or whatever it's called in Valheim that's coming out soon in like another year or so. It just looks like some armor you would craft in that. But other than that, yeah, whatever. Or Morrowind. Like playing the Skyrim expansion, you're going back to Morrowind, and you had the what were them, the ash zombies or the ash vampires? Like, this looks like something maybe you'd craft out of their like dead bodies. But yeah, all this stuff would have been a lot cooler if you could unlock it by doing certain achievements or certain content and in acquiring the achievement. And as the achievement's reward, not only do you get the achievement, but you may or may not get some of this armor. That's why I like the Midwinter Blight. It may not be that cool, but if you do it, you know, you'll get some of these things in here. They're not that cool. Let's be real. A lot of the stuff in here is not that cool. That's fine. It's for free. Just putting a little bit of your time in, you get it. This crossbow doesn't look that appealing, you know. Kinda. I don't know. It is what it is. This dagger looks cool, I guess. You know, it looks cool. But the things for my necromancer didn't really look all that cool. Like this, that doesn't look that cool. I don't know, guys. Like, I'm glad it's here. It's free content. If you want to like ignore the fact that you paid a lot of money to buy this game, and then you're buying season passes, and then you're also buying other things in the store, I guess this is free content. Is anything free after you've already paid the initial price to pay for the game? Like, I know they just added in as an afterthought, but you still paid for the game. So technically you paid for this, right? Or was this content added in from the profits they made from the shop? How do you want to look at that? Now, I'm not saying I'm looking at it one way or the other. I'm trying to have an open discussion by myself with no one here. So you listening, like, I'm really asking your opinion because that's what I do a lot. And I'm wondering, is it you paid for the product at first, so everything else that comes after it, that's free, technically, quote-unquote, free content, is that something you paid for already? Or is it free content? Something that was made after profits generated through the shop or other means. So it's just free. I don't know. I feel like there's a fine line right there. But, either way, it doesn't matter. So after all that rambling, I guess I'll show you a little bit of the, Midwinter Blight. Jesus, dude. By the way, I like running everywhere because I can't be bothered to like jump on my mount, then dismount, then jump on my mount, and then dismount again. So I just hoof it everywhere. not sure if the Red Cloaked Horror was supposed to show up there or not, but I did do the mastery. I did beat that. And he did not show up. I don't know if that's a bug or he's just not supposed to show up on this certain event. But I could have sworn he was supposed to. Here's another Ways of Darkness. Let's see if he spawns at the end of this. Okay, I guess he just doesn't spawn at the end of this. I could have sworn he was supposed to, though. I guess that's my fault for assuming that. I'm not really checking on it online or anything to make sure. Make sure I don't lose any of the fragments because they kind of disappear. At least the text does, so you don't even see if you're picking them up. I don't think there's any more events in this area. I'm kind of just running to the ones that I know about from memory. It's along this northern trail here. Give me one red cloaked horror, my love, my love. Damn, where would he be? Stop cock blocking me, game. Trying to show my adoring Zero fans the freaking event, dude. The new content. Oh. Everything is gonna be okay. That's what I keep telling myself. Oh, look, an event popped up. Yeah. Ways of Darkness. Cool. We're not getting... We're not getting him from this. We already know that. I'll do it anyway. Screw it. Hey, level 95. Wasn't even paying attention. I don't even think I drank a potion. Yeah, we'll put this one on, I don't care. So you could totally give us a player house like this. Like out in the middle of nowhere. Make it like a cellar, you know, just one instance. You walk in, done.
Help! I beg you!
Who said that and where?
Over here, help!
What is this?
Wouldn't have made it.
Give me all your
without you.
valuables. Thank you. I wonder if Midwinter Blight would be a good way to level up too if you're just new to the game in Season 2. It might be. You do get some decent loot from this as well. I'd definitely do it anyway if you're new to the game because it ends January 2nd, so you don't have much time to do it. I feel like that's a big reason why I'm doing it as well. It's a short amount of time to do this event, so you're like, you feel kind of compelled to do it if you want to get any of the cosmetics that they have in the shop. Or Gillian's store, should be more specific. I just don't approve of what they're doing. They're adding in this less... like, not as good looking items for things that you can acquire for free or from just playing the game and putting effort in, like this Midwinter event. I was trying to mix the word event and blight together and I said blint, but yeah, and they're like gatekeeping all the good looking armor and stuff like that subjectively, right? Some people probably think that stuff looks bad. And some people probably think the good-looking armor is the stuff you get for free. Those people are morons, but we're moving on, or there's something wrong with them. Joking. But, just sucks. I don't think it's a bad idea to keep some good-looking armor in the store. But you should do it for, like, premium feel-looking armor. There's a bunch of armors in the store that look bad. Or not that bad. Just not, they don't feel premium. And they could add that in as rewards. They still look cool. They don't look as cool as like the premium cosmetic shop items. But they're cool. And I do have some of those armor sets on my rogue that I could like explain better. And I could probably even pull it up now. Like just a quick example. Yeah.
1,000 salutations, Wanderer.
Is this a premium armor skin? It's a prestige armor skin, but then you can tell because it's got the gold around it, right? I think that's what that's for. See if there's anything here. Yeah, okay, perfect example. None of these have gold around them. None of them. And this is for the event, for Christ's sakes. Is anybody picking up what I'm putting down, please? This should have been added into the event. You could earn this armor from doing the event, and it would be like the top creme de la creme, you know, like to get to the top of the Midwinter Blight event. This would be what you were grinding for. But they added it in the shop for money, for the event. I'm not crazy, it says it right there. Midwinter Blight, right next to the freaking pentagram of Satan. Yeah, it's... What the hell, dude? This should have been added in for free. It's not even that good looking stuff here. The rogue one looks badass, but let's be fair. Whoever is making the shop items clearly loves the rogue class the best because the rogue armor is like always on point. Except for that Ash Knight. That felt like it should have been something you earned in the game. Yeah, what is this druid going to? A freaking wedding? What is this?
That's a bold choice.
Yeah, he's like going to a wedding. He's the bride. Watch me as I give him away. This should have been something you earned from some kind of freaking Easter egg in the game. Let's be real, guys. Little lady. This would be the perfect mount. For your freaking, where is it? This would be the perfect mount for your druid when you're getting ready to go to your wedding. He just comes rolling up on that freaking mount wearing this. You know, because he's the bride. Yeah. I can see it now. Anyway, enough on that. See if I can't find this red cloaked horror for you guys. This might be it. Actually, I think it is. Let's go ahead and activate this wagon. So it sends out the flames, and then we can burn down these husks. And there he is. Mr. Asshole himself. Oh my god. That was it, buddies. That's pretty much what you do. Pick up his little trophy, grab all these heirlooms and fragments. Run over here back to Kivo Shad. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Alright, dude. Yeah, even corpse tendrilled your body too. Freaking overkill that guy for his transgressions against me. My holy body. How dare you. I want to hear him pick up your gold. Just let it evaporate. Yep, then you get back old Kivo Shed. And then you come over here to the table, and now you have all these things that you can trade in. The blighted fragments. I'll get us about 8 of these. Oh, we got a bit of those heirlooms. I'll give us 4 of those. And we got the one trophy from the red cloaked horror guy. So, wait, did I just see something there? You could use gold? Oh wow, I'm really bad at explaining things. Sorry guys. So I got like 17 of those things now. And as you can see, I didn't do an awful lot to get 17. So if you're thinking, wow, 20 or 50 for some of these things, it won't take that long. And which leads me to show you guys the next thing, where I will be trying a lot harder to actually play better, because I was just casually running through that event. But you can get these caches for the midwinter event and nightmare dungeons, so I'm going to show you that next. Alright, so let's pull it. I don't want to do this tier 80 yet, because if I fail at this, I've been doing 79 so far. So if I do an 80 and I start looking like an idiot, plus I don't even get good things there. You know what? Whatever. We'll do it for the recording. Let's go, buddy. It's probably going to be a huge mistake. We'll see. We will see. Gotta have more faith in myself. Oh, yeah, okay. So this was a mistake. I hate this freaking guy. He's like that one loser who's always trying to be your friend and include himself in everything you do, and he can't take a hint. Well, come on, dude, I didn't even move! Oh my god! Not cool, man. He usually doesn't attack you until you're ready. No, did I not bring Gillians? Yes, I did. Did bring Gillians, bro. Typically, what I do in Nightmare Dungeons is a push, push, push. I might sit on one area for a little bit, and then I move off. If I haven't killed anybody in there, doesn't matter, just keep pushing until I see an elite. And then I'll try to fight the elite. But I'm not going to waste time on a bunch of regular mobs. Trying to figure out which is the best way to go. No, we're not doing too bad on 80. Really doesn't feel any different than tier 79, to be honest with you. So you see my bone storms forming there. That's from my lidless wall unique shield that I have, and I'm trying to keep that up as much as possible. And Jesus Christ, dude. Not getting lucky with the overpower crits here. There we go. Yeah, that's just how it rolls with this build. Sometimes you nuke, sometimes you just, I don't know, shoot confetti out of your wand. Open sesame. Okay, the door is bugged. I'll do this thing if I start taking a little bit too damage, or a little too much damage, I'll like, even if I'm at 100% HP or close to it, I'll like preemptively drink a health potion to get that regen going, just so I don't have to like wonder like if the next hit I'm gonna receive is gonna be a nuke and one-shot me. Just to have some kind of regen going on. Sure what the hell hit me so hard there. Probably Statue Boy. My only fan on YouTube. Is that statue right there keep following me around? Freaking stupid rock, whatever you want to call it. That's probably what the freak nuked me, dude. Ow. Ow. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Getting a lot of sigils this run, that's good.
Please.
Oh, great. An event.
The only way out of this is to fight.
I just feel like I don't make enough essence in Nightmare Dungeon than I do in the training room. And I know I'm dodging around a lot more and stuff. But for Christ's sakes, there's moments where I'm not doing any of that and standing still and just auto-attacking, and it still feels like I'm not making enough essence. It's hard to explain.
I think we have a chance! This can't be happening.
It's kind of bipolar. We either got a chance or we don't, lady. Make up your mind. Alright.
We've lost someone!
They're getting killed by the freaking area effect attacks that the elites are giving off and everything.
Take this, my friend. It's not much, but I hope it helps.
I'll take some of this. I usually run past the yellows and whatnot. But I might as well take them to sell. Yet? Oh, okay. I haven't gotten the key yet. Well, I just wasted that shrine. Provisions? Grab the key, dude. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. close. Just got hit by the rock's freaking explosion there. That would have been definitely a wipe on that. Huh. Hello. Didn't notice the exploding boys there. Yeah, we're getting hit by something in there. I don't know what it is. Come on, man. Let's get the bone storm rolling. No fear. So this is what I came here for, to show you guys. And also clearing my first tier 80 nightmare dungeon. Which wasn't too bad. There was a couple almost I'm about to die moments, but... So, this is what you get. And I can't remember if you have to upgrade the festival square to tier 3 before these start dropping in the nightmare dungeons, or is it like that from the get-go? But I do remember it wasn't... I think it was at... It definitely wasn't at the beginning. You'd had to upgrade the square to at least tier 2 or tier 3 before you could start getting midwinter nightmare spoils. If memory serves me correctly. I don't know. Go do a nightmare dungeon if you haven't done at least any of the midwinter upgrading on the town square. And let me know, but... I do think that was the case. You gotta hit like tier 3 at least. Or tier 2, I don't know. This is what you get. Bunch of these blighted fragments. Oh. Huh. Some heirlooms in there as well. I doubt you'll get a trophy, though. Pretty sure you still have to go kill the red horrors for that. Let's see what I can drop in here. Definitely don't need amulets anymore. I guess I could have left that amulet in there. Nightmare glyphs, by the way, also on my character. I got a couple at 15. And hopefully you can get this guy at 15 as well right here. No. Almost though. But once I get that to 15, I'm just going to start all the way over from Dominate, which is my main glyph, by the way. And just get them to max. And then once this is at max, I'll roll on down to Control, get that to max, and just keep rolling all the way down until they're all maxed out. Now, I did tell you guys, or I don't know, it's been a while since I recorded this in like 3 parts. I think I did explain to you guys that I'm following an Icy Veins build for a Blood Surge Mancer, and I did change a couple things to make it appeal to me better. That being said, I do know a lot about the Necromancer class, at least in terms of Bloodmancer, and learning a little bit about the other skills, such as Bone Storm and, you know, Corpse Tendrils and stuff like that, and just playing around. That being said, I do think... Oh, man, there's a hell tag going on. I always miss these. They really need to, like, make these more often. So I miss them every time. Anyway. Yeah, story for another time. Blizzard, make that every hour, please. So, I do feel like if I do a Necromancer on Season 3, when it does release, I probably will do my own build straight up. And I even thought about it too right now. I just don't have the gear and it would take forever to get it. But I was thinking about doing a Fortify build. Just let's see if I can show you guys real quick my stash. Should just ran to the other stash. It was a lot closer, but... where is it? Yeah, Blood Artisan's Curious. So, 11% damage for 4 seconds after picking up a Blood Orb, 16% Blood Orb healing, a bunch of maximum life, ranks to Bone Spirit, and when you pick up Blood Orbs, a free Bone Spirit is spawned, dealing bonus damage based on your current life percent. So imagine if I was just stacking life on all my armor, jewelry, everything, and then over here, let's see, Paragon Board, Blood Begets Blood. I'm trying to remember where this board is. I think it's here. Yeah. And I just started stacking all this Blood Orb healing, maximum life, everything that I could from here. You know, just trying to stay as healthy as possible. I know people are like, 5+ life regeneration while not damaged recently. Well, it could be helpful when you're going for a Fortify build, and being Fortified is very important. Or when you're just trying to stay at max life to do your most damage for overpower. So that's kind of like what I had in mind, you know, and all this plus to potion healing too really goes a long way. Now I do have a couple of the good things here out of this, you know, I do have a couple of those good things. I didn't go for this, but Blood Orb grants 5% increased damage up to 15% for 5 seconds. I mean, a lot of these things, that's kind of like whatever. But the Blood Begets Blood board right here in general is what made me really started thinking about using, forgetting the name of it, sorry guys. Yeah, Blood Artisan's Curious. And then I saw things like Bloodless Scream. Your darkness skills chill enemies up to 100%, so I started looking at other uniques. Trying to remember if it was this one. I don't think it was, but started looking at all these different uniques, just trying to piece like an idea, you know, like get an idea down for my own build for in the future. And I will, one of these days, I keep saying it, but one of these days I will sit down on an item calculator website for Diablo 4 and make my own build. By the way, you guys are getting kind of a spoiler here for my shorts channel. I was trying to save up a bunch of these caches and open them all at once for like a little TikTok or YouTube short video. Yeah. That's a little spoil, but anyway. Yeah, that's just what I got going on, guys. This one was really cool too, by the way. I thought this should get a mention. Death Speaker's Pendant. Because pretty much all your minions also do Blood Surge. And, dude, was I at, like, really a crossroads here. Because I was like, should I use this? Or should I not use this? Because if I did use it, that means I would have to get minions. And then I would have to, like, spec my gear differently. And I would have to figure something out there to make my minions at least tanky enough so they don't die so quickly. But also having them be able to do Blood Surge whenever I'm doing Blood Surge. And then increasing their damage, or do I increase my damage, or do I do a 50-50 thing, you know? So, I really did think about using Death Speaker's Pendant. Now, I did see one video of a guy using it, and he was just nuking bosses. It was insane. So, I know it's powerful. But my whole goal for this playthrough and this season was to make a blood build. And I did succeed up to around like level 70-ish. Then that's when I started following Icy Veins. Nightmare Dungeon build for level 100 Nightmare Dungeons and clear Uber Lilith. I've never cleared Uber Lilith before. And I doubted... I know this sounds so lame, guys, like an excuse, but I doubted my own abilities going in there and clearing Lilith when I was dying at earlier dungeons. My damage was there, but my defense wasn't. So that's why I was like, you know what? I don't know this Necromancer class too well. Let's see, like, Icy Veins. Let's see what they did in the Paragon board. And I would have never have guessed. Honestly, I would have never guessed anyone would have used 6 boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Well, 5. Technically, you already start with the starting board. But 5 boards plus the starting board to make a Nightmare Dungeon build. And when it told me to use some of the bone board, I can't remember what it is, Wither or something. I think the legendary nodes tell you the name of the board. Bone Graft. Okay, whatever. I didn't even know I'd have to come in here. I would never even thought to do that. But look, this increases my resistances. And it gives me another glyph node. And then over here, same thing, increasing my max life. You know, like, I would have never thought to do that. So I learned a lot on this playthrough, so please forgive me or excuse me for copying a build after I already made it to level 75 on my own, with my own blood thing going on, which was really quite similar to what I'm doing now already. The only difference was my Paragon board was kind of crazy. I had all my points into blood begets blood, and that's it. I was trying to grab everything from this board right here. I was trying to get every single freaking rare and legendary node. So I thought this board was so badass. And then this board as well. What's the name of this board? Bloodbath. I was trying to get everything over here too. So I only really had these 2 boards and I was just trying to max them out. Which is kind of silly. And I would never have guessed to use the Bone Graft board or the Wither board, and I would never even have guessed to use the Sin of Death board. Actually, no, Sin of Death I did think about using, because I actually did look at this one a little bit and had a bunch of like little extra things for defensive wise and stuff, and damage against injured enemies. And then learning more about the Sin of Death board, I learned a little bit more about Darkness Necromancers, like Reaper Necromancers, and that's when I was like, maybe I should do like a Darkness build on Season 3. But I'm trying to stay into the seasons. Like this one, I wanted to do a Bloodmancer because it's vampire season. So like, just seemed to go hand in hand. So we'll see what Season 3 brings. But if it's something that feels more like a roguey type season, or a barbarian or a druid type season, then that's what I'm going to play as my character. I'm just going to play the season, whatever character seems to fit best with the cadence of the season. I'm going to tell you guys, I came into the Necromancer hating it. Did not enjoy it whatsoever. From 1 to 30. I hated it. I wanted to go back to Rogue so bad. I'm glad I sticked with the Necromancer, because now I like it way more. Way, way, way more than my Rogue. I hate to say that, but it's true. I made it to level 95. Here, right here on recording. Would never have done that on my Rogue in the earlier games, because it just felt so boring. That is because Season of Blood and all the changes Blizzard has done up to this point. I feel like they brought this game into a better direction, and I'm going to keep saying that until I feel otherwise, and you will hear it from me first, and I will tell you guys, I no longer like this game because this season is trash, and I will quit playing on the spot and wait for the other season to come out. Now, back before Season of Blood came out, and all we had was Season of Malignant, and we still had all those huge issues, and we still have some issues now, but all the major issues that we had back then with pre-season and Season 1. I was going to give this game until Season 3 for them to get their shit together. They got it together a lot faster than I thought they were going to. Well, I wasn't going to give them Season 3. I was going to do Season 5 or 6, actually. I was going to give them that long to get this shit together. Like a year. We'll just say a year and a half. But they got it together on Season 2. So I am very, very hopeful. Cautiously hopeful. We will see what Season 3 has to bring. But I'm telling you what, Midwinter Blight event, I think they should do more of this. Because even for somebody that's level 95 like me, or a level 100, or just level 60 running around right here.
Your bones betray you. They shall soon serve me. I apologize.
Yeah, so whatever level you may find yourself at, just definitely add in more things like that, because even if you're level 1 or level 100, you can have something to do in the Midwinter Blight event. And to me, that's so important. Because, for example, what if I'm tired of doing, like, Blood Harvest, right? Like, oh, wow, this is one of my favorite areas to do Blood Harvest, by the way. I love this area down here. Had a lot of fun doing all the quests in Backwater. This area just feels pretty good for Blood Harvest. It's really nice. Anyway, enough fanboying about that area. And you're like, nah, I don't want to do Blood Harvest. Oh, Helltide's going, but I don't feel like doing Helltide. This shit's lame, man. It's kind of boring. Just open up all this chests. It's a legacy area, you know, it's a legacy event. Everything still feels kind of slow. It doesn't feel as, like, fast-paced as Blood Harvest, you know, whatever. But I gotta do it because I need the living steel. And I want to farm out Duriel. Then you're like, oh, Legion event coming up. I don't really want to do that. I might do it because, you know, whatever. It's like max 2-minute thing, 5-minute thing, whatever. Like up here. Here it is. Yeah, I could go over here and do this. But I don't feel like waiting the 7 minutes. I could go do Blood Harvest for 6 of those minutes, then go do the Legion event, but I really don't want to do Blood Harvest either. Oh, wait, hold on. What's going on over here? Oh, the Midwinter Blight. Oh, shit. And all I gotta do is run around and kill things? In the Midwinter Blight? And what do I get from it? Oh, I get these certain things over here? Oh, what's this? Oh, these things I need. Okay, cool. Oh, this guy's got a shop. Oh, look. Cosmetics I don't have to pay for. And I can turn in from just doing work in the game, from killing things in the game. Cool. I like that. Give us more of that, man. Doesn't have to be a seasonal thing. Anybody at any level, doesn't matter. If you're bored of the game doing a certain type of game loop, you can change it up a little bit. And I'm not saying I'm bored of Blood Harvest all the time, I just may be at that moment. And I don't want to do anything else the game has to offer, so the next thing for me to do is log out. And come back later when when I'm ready to play some more D4. I'm tired of doing nightmare dungeons, whatever it may be. I'm just bored at the moment. So when you have things like this, whether you're level 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, or 100, you got something to do. Just give us more stuff like this. Don't make it just this one area having something, then this one partial part of the area having something going down, then this, area over here having something going down. Give us more stuff like that. Popping up. I want to see the full freaking rainbow on this map. As rainbowy as it can get in a game about freaking demons. Right now we got like this dark purple. I love this purple color, by the way. I'm so scatterbrained. Anyway, and then this red and this like crazy swamp green color. Like, give us more crap like that. I want to see this whole area lit up. Some crazy yellows, oranges, Just something of a different event happening at all. Maybe not at all the places. That'd be kind of crazy for campaign new people to the game, but whatever. Make it you have to beat the campaign first before you can even do it, or make it so that you have to do like at least one hell tide before you can open up the moon tide. I don't know. Or make it so you have to do a blood harvest before you can open up the bone harvest. Which bone harvest sounds kind of cool, by the way. It'd probably be like a bunch of undead enemies, like zombies and skeletons and like liches, opposed to like vampires and skeletons. It'd be like skeletons and liches. I don't know. Bring in some freaking dragons, man. Wasn't like the guys that brought whatchamacallit? Can't remember his name. The god that created the whole universe in this game, and he split into two, which was evil and his light side or whatever, and their morality, differences in morality, they were like in this internal conflict. And it was said that the father, or I guess the grandfather of Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal was like this 7-headed dragon or something. Bring in some dragons into this game and have it like a Legion event, where we gotta go in there and freaking kill them, dude. Add in more stuff like that. Don't just make it Legion and world bosses. I don't know. I'm probably getting way out of scope for what they want with this game, but I'm just thinking, like, add more. You already have a good template here. You already have a good template here. Everyone loves the open world. No one wants to spend all their time in a dungeon. We love running around this open world. I don't know about everybody, but I do, you know? And I have read some things on Reddit and articles that pop up in my Google News feed that suggest everybody loves the open world. They really like running around. They want more stuff to do in it. So give us more stuff like Helltide, Blood Harvest, Midwinter Blight. Give us more stuff like that. More things like Legion event and a world boss spawn. Everybody's so focused on this. Or, oops, wrong thing. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, you're way up here. I'm tripping. Everybody's focused on stuff like this. And where's the other one? Where you go fight, what's his name? Gilgore or whatever, the knight dude at level 75, or you get the tears or whatever that you need to summon Duriel. I'm sounding like I've never fought Duriel before, and I assure you I've killed him over 10 times already. That's how I was able to get item power 925 of these blood moons and the banished Lord Solomon at 925. So I assure you I've killed Duriel plenty of times. I just can't remember where the hell that guy spawns at. You're supposed to I'm so bad. Was it this one? Hollow the Penitent. Yes, here it is. Found it. I'm not that bad, guys. I'm not that bad. I don't have so much of a shit memory from smoking pot a lot when I was a teenager. I'm in my 30s now, so that was a long time ago, but yeah. No long-term damage done whatsoever. But yeah. Everybody's so focused on Uber Duriel. Everybody's so focused, like, on beating Uber Lilith to show that, like, yeah, they made it. They are the Diablo 4 master. And I'm just more focused on having a good time playing the game. Like, when I get to level 100, Abattoir's Ear, like, I haven't done that yet, but that's a good step in the right direction. Unfortunately, it is bugged, you know, and a lot of people are complaining, this is a really hard event. Why is it bugged so bad? It shouldn't be bugged to the point where if it's so difficult and you really need everything to work like it needs to work, because if it doesn't, you're gonna die type deal, you don't need any bugs in that. You need everything to work flawlessly. So I get the frustration there. But what I didn't get the frustration was when everybody joined the game, when Abattoir's Ear came out, and everybody was like, alright, I'm done with Season of Blood, fuck this game, I'm out, it's too hard. And I'm like, huh? And then other people are like, well, we're never going to complete Abattoir's Ear because the experience that you need to complete it is not feasible. Like, the season will be over before you even finish the leveling up in Abattoir's Ear, or whatever it is. I haven't done it yet, so I'm speaking ignorantly about this. And they were like, yeah, we're just not going to be able to complete Abattoir's Ear with the time that we have left and how long it's going to take to grind out the event. So I get the frustration there. And I get you know, and I get the frustration that people are saying like it's too difficult. That's fine. It's fine that it's too difficult, but the frustration is the bugs. You know, like you don't have a chance because the bugs are like getting you killed a lot. I understand that. What I don't understand is when people say, "Oh, it's too difficult. I can't do this. Fuck this game. I'm out." What? What? Somebody said in a Reddit post I was looking at, and I really should have saved it because it was really good. If you cannot clear Tier Nightmare 100 dungeons 10 to 20 times in a row without dying a single damn time, do not attempt Abattoir's Ear. Gear up, scrub. Gear up. Get your build right. Then attempt that shit. But don't just go in there blind. I mean, you can if you just want to have fun. But don't go in there blind, then get pissed off and say you're done with Season of Blood or screwed Blizz because they can't design a freaking in-game event correctly. They even gave you forewarning. Blizzard even forewarned, you know, like, this is going to be really insane to do. So this is probably for people that are, like, been level 100 for a while, really have min-maxed their gear and their build so much that this is for them. This is not for you. You get back to grinding Duriel, bro. Go back to Nightmare Glyph grinds. You're gonna have to, because you're not ready for that yet. And I fear that if these people keep crying about Abattoir's Ear mixed in with the valuable complaints that need to be listened to, I think Blizzard's just gonna be like, well, all right, well, we try to give them something hard to do, but no one's really liking it. I guess we're just gonna make it easier. And they kind of did do that. They made the first couple of tiers easier. I don't know why they did that, though, because you're giving people false hopes. Like, they go into the tiers, they make it a little bit in there, and all of a sudden the game just, like, ramps up really hard on them out of nowhere. They're going to have the same effect when they were quitting from doing the first tier. Or however Abattoir's Ear works. You know, like, I think Abattoir's Ear works a lot of ways that Grim Dawn's Shattered Realm works. Where you have 5 chunks in a shard. You have to complete each 5 chunks on a timer. Killing enemies gives you time on your clock. And then each chunk that you complete, you know, you go into the next chunk, which is like a zone. Kill all the enemies in there. It adds to your clock to keep you in there longer. If you run out of time, by the way, this is what the clock is. If you run out of time, it's over. No matter if you're still alive or still progressing. You run out of time, your time in the event's done. So you got to keep moving through these chunks really fast. Once you get to the 5th chunk, you fight like a boss at the end of the shard, which would be shard 1 in this case, and then you complete that shard and you move on to the next shard, which has 5 chunks as well, and it gets increasingly harder and harder, and it adds on way more enemy modifiers, and it just keeps getting increasingly difficult. And it goes all the way up to, like, I think like 70 something, and you don't start getting good loot from it until at least level 6 or shard 60. So I think Abattoir's Ear is a lot in the same way like that, you know, and it's supposed to be difficult, dude. But it's okay if they made the earlier tiers or shards, you know, for lack of better words, in Abattoir's Ear easier. As long as it really starts ramping up to let people know, like, alright, this is about as far as I can go. I got a lot of work to do on my build if I want to push a little bit further next time. And that's what we need for endgame. I do think we should have some of those things mixed in between, though. Like a light version of Abattoir's Ear. For, like, people that are a little bit lower level. Just something, instead of just doing a capstone dungeon to increase your roll tier difficulty, they should probably have like some kind of events at lower levels that scales with your level, you know, do like a Abattoir's Ear scaling event. So if you're level 60, this event's going to be just as difficult when you're level 80. It's going to scale to your level. I think it'd be kind of cool. Anyway, get the game. Diablo 4 is freaking awesome. I like it. Is it the best game ever? Game of the year? No. No. I love Grim Dawn, but unfortunately Grim Dawn feels really dated to me now. I know they're trying to show love to it by giving this updates, trying to make it more like relevant to today's action RPGs coming out. They even added a dodge mechanic like Diablo 4 has. to try and stay relevant, you know? And they're coming out with this new update that's going to be a lot of features added in there, more than they're already doing, you know, because they just came out with another recent big update, but they're coming out with a new expansion. And I love Grim Dawn, but I feel like my time in the game is done. Like, good lord, I got thousands of hours in the game, or at least over 1,000. And it just feels dated. And Diablo 4 has kind of replaced that for me. Now, if Grim Dawn 2 comes out, yeah, I'll be going back to that, or trying it out. I'll be playing this too, but I love Diablo 4. I don't think it's a bad game. I liked it when I first played it. Once I got done with the campaign, preseason, it sucked. And I was like, I hate Diablo 4 for legit reasons. Legit reasons that hundreds of thousands of other people quit too for, you know? So it's not like I was the only person with that information. And look, it's my little sister's clothes. Sorcerer outfit going on. Is it me, or does that orb she's wearing looks like a crazy skull face from like Rick and Morty or something like that? I have no idea. I'm tripping, dude. Crackhead mind. But yeah, I like this game. I think it's cool. I think it's got a lot of potential. It's got a good template now. They can build on this. They need to focus more on their open world stuff. They need to add in more events like Helltide and Blood Harvest and Midwinter Blight. They need to do more stuff like this. Like I said, this whole map needs to be lit the F up with events going on everywhere for people that are in the end game. Where you have to unlock the campaign, you gotta at least get the world tier 4 or even tier 3 to unlock some of these world events going on. I really do. I feel it. They should even have a mobile PvP zone. What's up with these two locked zones, man? Have one or the other. The other one, the second one, it roams. It roams around. It just roams, dude. Let that PvP zone just roam around this entire area, or at least in the southern hemisphere right here. Just let it roam around. I don't think you need two static areas for PvP. Just feels useless. I think down here is fine. This is a good area for PvP. I've done PvP in this area a lot before preseason. This area is a little bit more easier to get out with your, what are they called, like the little red shards things? I can't even remember the name. It's been so long since preseason since I did PvP. I have not done it since, but it's easier to escape out of here. But the problem is there's like way more players in this zone. And it's more dangerous down here, but a lot less players go. But when they do, your odds are like increased in finding them because it's such a small area. So it makes it harder to do, you know, to exit out with all your little red dust or whatever. But yeah, have one of these zones just rotate around. That'd be really cool. You'd be out there like just doing like a Helltide, like right here for example, and all of a sudden, you know, not half of this Helltide, but half of this Helltide would just turn into a PvP zone while you're doing Helltide. Same thing over here in the Blood Harvest. Half of it might turn into a PvP, or the whole Blood Harvest zone will turn into a PvP. I think at least for Helltide, you're like, well, I don't want to deal with that. I'm trying to do my Helltide. I'm trying to like grind or Uber Duriel and not have to deal with like freaking players killing me, ruining my flow. Sure, but then maybe people would team up more. If your team beat another team, you know, you could just revive your dead friends up and keep trucking along. Or they can do something where they don't have the PvP, roaming PvP event, enter in any of the other events at all. So instead of being right here, it'd just be like right over here outside the city area, in this area, or over here in this zone. You know? Separate it so that the PvP roaming area can never share space with another event going on. So it can never happen in Fracture Peaks, because all of Fracture Peaks right now is Midwinter Blight. And I think that'd be cool, man. Now, more work for Blizzard, but that's what they're getting paid to do. We pay them so that they can do cool stuff like this. So they would have to find timers and make sure that the PvP roaming area never intersects with anything else. They would have to code it and design it that way. Who cares? That's your job. We're paying you to do it. Do it. It'd be nice. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas how to make this game better, but This is a really colossal video. I'm gonna end it here because this is gonna be a lot of work for me to like cut out a lot of crap, so it's probably a good stopping point right here. I hope everybody is having a good time with this game, and I hope you're meeting a lot of new people and just having a blast like I am. For Christmas and New Year's, I wish everybody the best. Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas. Like, just have a good time. If you're alone, don't look at it as the end of the world. You know, if you're spending a lot of that time by yourself, reflect on your past and the good things that you did share with other people, or that the few good things that you did have in your life, if not many. At least focus on the few that you did have that was wholesome and good and whole in your heart, you know, that just made you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Like, hold on to those memories and be happy that you got to experience it, because remember, life's not fair and we're not all guaranteed the same experience. So if you were lucky enough, there are some people in this world that literally went their entire lives depressed and never had one single good thing happen to them, and ended up taking their own life, or just ended up dying of old age, really depressed and miserable. If you had at least one good thing happen to you in your life, cherish that and hold on to that. I know being alone on Christmas and New Year sucks. I've experienced a couple of them own, but those were things that helped me get through it. And if you're one of these people, I seriously hope that you do find something that's positive. Whether it is like you say, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna make me a nice ham on New Year's, and I'm gonna turn on the TV for when the peach drops, like here in Georgia and Atlanta, the peach drops, or like up in New York, whatever it is with drops over there, and you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna really watch it, but I'll have it on and I'll make me a nice little ham. I might crack me open a nice little Coca-Cola, or if you're you know, like if you do like beer like I do or something like that. I don't like beer, but if you do like beer, crack open a cold one, man, and get a little tipsy, and just maybe rekindle to some old friends. Reach out. I did that one New Year's. I was like reaching out to friends that I haven't talked to in a while and just told them Happy New Year's, hope you're great, and like nobody replied. But then like 30 minutes later, I checked my phone and had like 5 missed messages of like people saying Happy New Year's to you too, man, and all this stuff, like, how you been, man, hope it's a great year. And that made me feel so cool, man. Like, you're not as alone as you think you are sometimes. Maybe just a lot of the times we like to get in our own little world, in our own little bubble, and we feel like we don't deserve love, or we don't deserve attention, and we're not worthy of any kind of affection. But you're a lot better than that. You are all better than that if you're listening to this, and just change the way you look at things and try to be positive. And we love you guys, so y'all have a good time. Enjoy the game. Season 3 is about another month away, a month and a couple days, so if we want to be moody about anything, let's freak out about that. If it's going to be a bad release or not, if it's going to be a crappy season and bring us back to the old days of Season 1, or is it going to be like Season 2 but better? That's what I'm hoping for. It's going to be like Season 2 but better. Come on. Alright, guys. Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas. Y'all stay safe. Peace.